I have a big dog who will not fight, however I can't think how many times he's been attacked by chihuahuas. Why do so numerous little dogs want to select battles with huge pet dogs? A. Family pet parents should know better, but there's more to this habits than simply breeding. The dog owner may be at fault, too. Small dogs tend to be a little, how should I state this? And I have actually also known many little dogs attacked by bigger ones who read them not as pet dogs however as prey. Individuals at the ends of both leashes require to reveal some sound judgment and not let little dogs and huge pets intensify snarls and grumbles into combating. When that occurs, it's nearly certain the little pet dog will take the worst of it, and practically as particular that the huge canine will be blamed. No, I feel for little dogs due to the fact that they don't normally have much chance to play pet dog games. They have the exact same dog mind, but not thge body to withstand the physical play by huge pet dogs. I'm talking about the 4 to 10 pound toy breeds. You know. The welcome to play. If you established this type of circumstance between a huge and little pet, the little dog gets to practice his stalking and the huge dog gets to practice his self-discipline. That is a win/win. Have a look at this video of Hustle and Gigi playing. 25, likewise called a size little. This is the most common size for pets under 50 pounds. Hyperlinks require to be included or eliminated depending on the size of the pet dog's neck. Exact same tool, very same technique, simply way less pressure. E-collar bow is also still using an e-collar, similar to any other board and trainee. The only distinction here is I'm utilizing a micro educator instead of Tige Mini Educator, both from the e-collar technologies brand, my favorite. So yes, little dogs can and must be e-collar qualified, too. Leashes. Small canines often require thinner leashes. The conventional leashes can be pretty darn heavy and thge breeze can weigh down the prong collar, putting pressure on it when you do not plan to. Prong collar. As you can see from the pictures, I still utilize prong collars on small dogs, however, what you might not be able to see is the size of Bo's prong collar. Bo is using the Herm Sprenger 225, also called a size little. For the littles, that's very little pressure at all. Luckily, the prong collar has a broad enough range to accommodate any size canine. Very same tool, same strategy, just way less pressure. E-collar training will be a part of that process, but more significantly, e-collar training will allow Bo's family to communicate with him in such a way that's meaningful to him even when he's in the middle of a mad dash. It might quite literally conserve Bo's life. So yes, little dogs can and must be e-collar qualified, too. Lap dogs are still canines, after all, and they act like pets, even if they're spending a lot of time in celeb purses. I often wonder if little dogs believe they are big pets since they're constantly looking down at other pet dogs from the relative security of their owner's arms or handbags. My last pet dog had IVDD, intervertebral disc disease, a condition where the cushioning discs between the vertebrae of the spinal column either bulge or burst, herniate, into the spine space. After she died, we embraced another adult canine of similar size. We continued our old routines by selecting him approximately, take him out to potty and bring him everywhere, despite the fact that he was perfectly ready and able to stroll and navigate. Since he was small, I make sure his previous owner brought him sometimes, but in general, he is a really independent little guy. Fortunately, my pet dog is an adult. He currently has been well interacted socially, but what kind of damage could I be doing to his requirement for socialization by not permitting him to meet and greet other dogs? For that matter, could carrying him eventually remove his natural desire not just to socialize with other dogs, but to socialize with individuals and to communicate with his world? He might very easily establish some hostility issues caused by the hopelessness he feels to secure himself. Or, he could go the other direction and, in time, reduce tot anxiety and start to expect me to secure him. Not that that's a bad thing, because of course I plan to safeguard him, but if he depends upon me to keep him safe, then he has actually quit on a lovely natural impulse that makes a pet a canine. I hold my dog towards his chest and stomach, permitting his legs to hang. I do not understand, however my guess is the latter, that it would damage his self-confidence. He would end up being uncertain of himself, having not been consistently exposed to things and not having the opportunity to discover and do for himself. Walking on his own could be a terrific boost to his self-confidence. Strolling helps ease arthritis and other joint issues. It reinforces his muscles. Strolling might in fact strengthen his spine so that he has a much better possibility of avoiding IVDD, the very same disease suffered by his predecessor, which is a typical disorder for his type. And of course, if the pavement is too hot, or too cold, or if there is damaged glass, or if he is sick or hurt, or in some kind of risk, it's an excellent idea to select him up no matter his size. Producing bad habits. Real confession. The Vacation Barn Animal Resorts trainers are going to be so upset with me when they read this. Okay, so I'm turning over a new leaf.